Hello and welcome to Marshall's Ford Transit Centre here in Cambridge. I'm Nick Day and you join me at what is a very exciting time as we bring you an introductory look at Ford's first ever fully electric commercial vehicle, the all-new e-Transit.
Transit is the best-selling cargo van in the world and has been the mainstay of millions of commercial vehicle customers and their businesses since it was first launched back in 1965. And that was the year man first walked in space. And now, 57 years later, and e-Transit is hitting similar groundbreaking milestones, thanks to the latest in vehicle connectivity, EV technology, fast flexible charging options, and a raft of exciting innovation from the designers and engineers at Ford. Transit is a vehicle that has touched most of our lives, from house moves to moving people, to being a mobile office or workstation, to being the facilitator of the fast and efficient deliveries that we all now rely on. Put simply, Transit is the vehicle to get the job done.
Some amazing, iconic imagery. It's amazing how the Transit has touched lots of our lives over the years. And I'm happy to say I've been joined now by David, the sales manager here at Marshall's Ford Transit Centre here in Cambridge. How are you doing?
Hello Nick, yes, very well, thank you.
And thanks for having us. What a wonderful team and you've got here, and yeah. I'm guessing we're all excited to see and talk about this.
Yes, we are indeed. Yeah, this is the first electric van, Ford electric van, that we've had on the premises, and obviously it's the first of many to come. And
what's your first impression of it? What's got you excited?
First impressions were, it just looks like a transit van. You get inside the van though, and you notice it's got some nice modern Sync 4 screen, no gear lever, and only 2 pedals. They're all automatic.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Well, talking of that then, I was with you when you had your first drive, not that long ago. What was the bits that stood out for you? Okay,
the bits that stood out was, well, the tech inside the vehicle. The fact it was just like a transit, and when you drove it, surprisingly very quiet, and a lot of power on takeoff.
Well, that's part of the beauty of an electric vehicle, is that instant torque. Now, we've got some test drives going on tomorrow. Are we all set ready for those?
Yes, we are. We've got 3 demonstrators available for test drive. We've obviously got several bookings already. Anybody that would like to come down for a test drive ad hoc is more than welcome, or to be sure to be able to drive a vehicle, please phone the dealership or email us, and we'll fit you in.
Oh, brilliant. Now, talking about your customers then, what do you think they're going to be most excited about, this transfer to electric vehicles?
Okay, I think mostly it's the eco-friendliness of the vehicle, the fact that it's going to save them some money, being all electric and the price of fuels at the moment. But also, I think when they see the van and have a good look around it, they're going to notice the tech inside, and also they're going to check on and they're going to be quite happy to see that the volume inside the back of the van, there's no loss of volume. It's the same cubic capacity.
Yeah, good point about that. Now, I know the team have been working hard. There are experts here, and we are here live on Facebook. So if you've got any questions, any comments, please put them in the box below. And David and the team here, I know, have been working very hard as being experts, and they can come back to you. And if you like the video, please like it as well. And also, if you know anybody who may be interested in learning about this wonderful e-Transit, please do share it as well. So let's now take a closer look at some of the details. So let's start here at the front of the e-Transit, and you see this unique grille with the blue flashings here. This is also where you'll find the charging point, and we'll talk about charging in more detail later, but the headline figures is we have best in class range of up to 169 miles, which actually is 3 times the daily average of a commercial vehicle customer in Europe. Fast, flexible charging options, including full charging at a depot, can be achieved in about 8 hours. And the ability to top up using high-powered DC charging will give you up to 80% recharge in as little as 34 minutes. Now, looking down the side of the vehicle, you'll be very hard pressed to see the difference between this and its diesel counterpart. It is still a Transit. Now, again, with this, we have up to 25 variants in terms of wheelbase and heights across the van, the double cabin van and the chassis cab. And because the battery is there underneath the load floor, we don't lose any load cube or payload. They remain unchanged. And just to show you how well they are, and it is still an E-Transit, we put one compared side to side with a diesel Transit. Now, I did this a couple of weeks ago to show you how they compare. Please. As we've already been hearing, the all-new E-Transit is still very much the Transit we all know and love. And it's no surprise there's many similarities both internally and externally. So we thought it'd be a really good idea to just show you how familiar you're going to be with this E-Transit by comparing it side to side with one of its diesel counterparts, in particular the rear doors and the load area. Now, here at the rear, you'll be hard pressed to play a game to spot the difference. The only external clue that this is an E-Transit is the unique badging. Let's open the doors and have a look and see what's going on inside. Internally, the load carrying capabilities that make the Transit such a workhorse remain largely unchanged. We have a load area of just over 15 metres cubed and a payload of 1,758 kilos for the van and more for the chassis cab. With tie-down points and our rack mounting capabilities that we're used to. If you already work with our qualified vehicle modifiers for your company's conversions, I'm almost certain there'll be no problem at all. Now, the clever part of the design is even with the battery sitting in the chassis here below the load floor, we could see a difference in load height between 3 and 5 centimetres. But parked next to the all-wheel drive diesel version, you can see they're almost identical. Hopefully you've seen now that the all-new E-Transit is still very much a Transit, now though with the addition of the exciting electric drivetrain. Let's head back to the dealership and learn about options for charging. So as you can see there, the E-Transit is still the Transit workhorse that we know and love, except simply powered now by a cleaner and more efficient option of a battery and a motor. So let's start looking at the details of the tech at the heart of the E-Transit, starting with the battery. The E-Transit's 400-volt battery is positioned in a sealed structural box under the floor and has a usable capacity of 68 kilowatt hours, which equates in layman's terms to a best-in-class range of up to 196 miles. And as you can see here, the motor is positioned in the rear subframe and the ride is now improved with the help of independent coil spring rear suspension. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, there is no loss of payload. We still have that just over 15 metres cube load cube and up to 1.7 tonnes payload. E-Transit have been designed to be flexible and fast when it comes to charging, and you're able to plan and control all your charging options via the Ford Pass Pro app or Ford e-Telematics Fleet Solutions. Charging back at the depot with a commercial power supply should take around 8 hours. We have a number of charging solutions that are able to help with that. At home with a Ford Wallbox is also convenient and takes around 11 hours for full charge, and can also use a standard 3-pin plug socket and the mobile charging cable, but obviously this will take longer. For top-ups on longer journeys when out on the road, you can put up to 80% capacity back into the battery in as little as 34 minutes. By using our DC fast chargers that are part of the 16,000 strong Blue Oval charging network. And access to that network is free for 12 months with every E-Transit as part of the Ford e-Telematics. Now, as you can see, charging is clearly both fast and flexible. But what's it like in the real world when you're on the road? Well, we sent Kev Harris to go and see. If in the time he's bought himself a coffee, a sandwich, checked his Facebook and had a break, could he recharge the battery to keep the E-Transit wheels rolling?
So as we've been hearing with the E-Transit and charging, you have a few options. But one thing that I've been learning over the last few years, since I've been learning about electric vehicles like the e-Transit, is that the place that you will most frequently recharge will be back at the depot in the evening or at home overnight. This means that you wake up each and every morning with a full charge ready to go again. And this is certainly the most cost-effective and easiest way to do so, putting the service station on your own doorstep. But what about if you're out and about away from home or perhaps on a longer journey? Where will you charge and how long will it take? Fast charging at an electric forecourt like this new GridServe facility here in Braintree, Essex is definitely the way to go when you want a quick turnaround, because they have reliable, super fast charging on site for up to 36 vehicles. Right, so the time is just coming up to 12:30. Let's see how many miles I can add to my range in the time it takes me to nip inside, grab a coffee, go to the loo and check a few work emails. Right, so there we go. I've been plugged in for 20 minutes and I've added 71 miles to my range, which is great because that's more than I need for the rest of the day to get all of my jobs done and to head back to the depot. And while this method of fast DC charging is not something that you want to rely on all the time, it certainly is a fast and convenient way to add some miles to your range. So let's head back to the dealership now then and learn about the rest of Ford Pro.
Now, sat here in the cab, you immediately get this great sense of space and openness. And this is helped by the removal of the physical gear stick and the handbrake. And both of these have been replaced by a rotary gear selector down here, and also the electronic handbrake down here, conveniently put by my right knee. Heated seats and heated windscreen now come as standard, and you can precondition the cabin temperature while the vehicle is on charge. Brilliant in this hot weather we've been having. And that can be scheduled through the Ford Pass Pro app or directly via the 12-inch Sync 4 display. Now let's talk about that Sync 4 screen. This is the control centre of the e-Transit and is far and by the best sync system up to date that Ford have developed. With a built-in modem, e-Transit is a fully connected electric vehicle that works seamlessly with the Ford Pro ecosystem, which is an innovation for Ford that puts all the commercial vehicle needs in one place. Maybe it's the first time you've heard about Ford Pro, and if so, panic not, as Tori Campbell went along to the commercial vehicle show to learn more about Ford Pro and the technology that's gone into the industry-leading system.
I'm at the CV show here in Birmingham, where we're launching the Ford Pro brand. The story is all about the connectivity and technology on board, which is really at the heart of the e-Transit. And I think I've just spotted the ideal man to tell us some more.
No problem. Take care. See ya.
Andy, can I borrow you just for a moment?
Of course you can.
Thank you. You're the Fleet Ownership Experience Manager here at Ford. So what I wanted to know is, what do you and your team do with the data from connected vehicles?
At the heart of Ford Pro is e-Transit, and indeed the whole of the commercial vehicle family. They all have integrated modems, and they're able to push data from the vehicle up into the cloud. And that has one single ambition, is to maximise the amount of uptime of our customers and therefore their own productivity. The Ford Live Connected Uptime System uses the real-time data from the cloud in order to liaise between customer, dealer and Ford Motor Company. And therefore the idea is, by taking the VOR, the vehicle off-road information, we are able to understand what parts might be required, what diagnostic routines might be required, and hopefully get the right technician in place to absolutely minimise your downtime and get you back on the road.
So as Andy just said, connected vehicles allow us to do so much more in terms of maximising productivity. However, being here at the show, I've realised there is a lot more to Ford Pro. So I'm here with Mandy Dean, Ford of Britain's Commercial Vehicles Director. So Mandy, why Ford Pro and why now?
Well, around the world, tens of millions of Ford trucks and vans are at work every day, helping people to get their jobs done. And whilst their work may not make the headlines, they make our world run, and they are what Ford is all about. And those customers are going through huge and unprecedented change right now. Businesses and organisations of all sizes see the promise of electric and digital vehicles, but they know it's going to be a complicated shift and they're worried about it. They want to work with a single trusted partner, not cobble together a bunch of different services to help them get this transition right. And that's exactly why we've created Ford Pro.
So here at the show and in your advertising, I've seen that Ford Pro is all about productivity. But what does that actually mean for your customers?
Well, our mission is to provide a seamless end-to-end solution for best-in-class vehicles, charging, software, service and financing, all from a single trusted partner. And we want to help those customers make their transition to an electrified future really simple and completely worry-free. But Ford Pro really comes into its own when it translates the data that Andy was talking about into the things that really matter for our customers, like improved uptime, reduced running costs, smarter charging and simpler administration. It basically brings together the 5 key pillars of commercial productivity solutions, so the vehicles, services, software, charging solutions and financing, all that just simply work better together.
Well, there you have it, Ford Pro and the new e-Transit. We must thank Andy and Mandy Dean for giving their time up at the show. Hopefully that's answered most of your questions, but please feel free to ask the team here at Marshall's Ford Transit Centre here at Cambridge anything else you need to know by commenting in the box below or giving them a call, and they'll be delighted to have a chat and arrange a test drive for you. So thanks for watching, and also thanks for learning about the e-Transit. Still every bit of transit, but now in all-electric commercial vehicle workhorse for the 21st century and beyond. Thanks a lot.